Hello to all the wonderful humans. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well and welcome. I am Aboli and I make science-based skincare and hair care videos. If you are interested in that space, then consider subscribing to my channel. In today's video, we are going to understand your hair type, and not just hair type, your scalp type and everything related to it. So let's start with something which is closest to the skin type, okay? Because we're used to all the different skin types that we see around. Now, the closest is your scalp. Like your skin, your scalp also produces sebum, the oily thing that we have on our face. Our scalp also produces that. So according to the production of oil, like your skin, you have oily, dry combination and normal scalp types. Fairly simple, like your skin type. If you can feel the oil, or if it's waxy, then you know that it is oily type. If after washing your hair you can still feel that something's greasy, yes, you have oily hair type. You can also get scalp pimples when you have oily hair type. When you have dry scalp type, it's usually accompanied with irritation, with flakiness, and the flakiness is not dandruff, it's just flakes of the dry dead cells that you see on the scalp. And you would see that after shampooing, your scalp gets even more dry and even more irritated, and that is when you know that you have dry scalp type. Then the next is combination. Like your skin, combination scalp type is the most difficult to understand because it's not just oily or it's not just dry. You can have different patches, or you can get oily and combination according to the climatic conditions. You can also get it according to the hair care products that you use. So for combination scalp types, you'll have to see if it's going more towards oily or if it's going more towards dry, and which conditions do you fulfill more, and then use products according to that. And then normal hair types are people who have a proper secretion of sebum. It's not high, it's not low, so they don't see a lot of greasy hair, and they also don't see a lot of irritation and flakiness. Like my skin, my scalp is also oily, so I'm going to write oily scalp type. So this is the first category that we know, the scalp type. Like this, we are going to fulfill many categories, and ultimately we're going to understand what our hair and our scalp type is. So you guys also write down what your scalp type is. Now let's move on to the next type. Now the next is according to your hair shape and pattern. This is the most common that we see around. You've heard 2A, B, 3A, 4A, etc. So we're going to break it down, and this will tell you what your hair pattern is. So to know what your hair pattern is, first you go and you wash your hair with your regular shampoo, whatever you use. After that, make sure that you air dry your hair. After your hair strands are completely dried, what you're left with is the natural shape of your hair strand. So make sure you do this, and then now we'll discuss about the different hair patterns that we see. Now there are 4 main categories, 1, 2, 3, 4, fairly simple. One is people who have straight hair, like poker straight hair with no bend whatsoever. Second type are with people who have wavy hair, like a little bit of bend here and there. Then third is curly, people who usually have these S-shaped curls on their hair strand usually fall into the third category. And fourth are people who have coily like hair, like the spring, so that falls into the fourth category. So every category has subcategories, so 1A, B, C, 2A, B, C, and so on. So these categories will show you the shape of your hair strands. Now looking at the images, it's fairly obvious which shape your hair type will fall in, and that is why I don't want to discuss a lot about this. You guys can go and see, and then you can understand what your hair type is. So go and see that table first. So you guys have seen the table, and now you have an idea what your hair pattern is. Now let's determine my hair pattern. As you can see here, this is how my hair strands look. So as you can see, it cannot be 1 because they have bend, so it's not straight. It cannot be 4 because there aren't any coily things anywhere. There can't be even 3 because again there aren't any S-shaped coils here. As you can see, it's waves and it's not curly like this, right? So that leaves us with 2. So now is it 2A, B, C? Now it cannot be 2A because there are more defined waves, and in A it's not that defined, so it's either B or it's C. So I'm going to say that my hair pattern is 2E. Okay, the next category is hair porosity, and according to me this is a very important category because this will actually help you a lot to take care of your hair in a way that it requires. So hair porosity is how much moisture your hair can absorb in its natural state. Okay, so there are a few tests that you can do, fairly simple tests. The first is washing your hair. Now the first time you apply any water to your hair, and in that time how your hair strands react is going to show you your hair porosity. If your hair strands quickly get wet, then you have high porosity, meaning the cuticles that surround the hair strands are frayed and your hair strands can easily take in the moisture. Now for high porosity hair types, you need to take care of your hair because your cuticle is not completely intact. Okay, in the same test, if your hair strands take a really long time to get wet, like my hair strands take a really long time to get wet, I have to massage it in, I have to do many things so that the hair strands get wet. So I have low porosity hair strands, which shows that the cuticles around my hair strands are fairly intact, and that is why it takes time for my hair strand to absorb all the water. And if it's somewhere in the middle where it does not take a long time and it does not get really wet really fast, your porosity is normal. So the next step is, I think, something that you guys have seen, and that is you need to take out one hair strand and you need to put it in a glass of water. If your hair strands float, meaning it is low porosity, again it cannot absorb the moisture, goes down and sinks after 5 to 10 minutes, then you have high porosity hair. We are done with scalp type, then we are done with hair pattern, and then now I have low porosity hair. Now let's move on to hair density and hair thickness. Now let's talk about hair density. How trichologists measure this is they take a square inch of area, they mark it, and then they count each hair strand, how many hair strands that 1 square inch has. Now we cannot do that at home because it's really cumbersome. So there are a few crude methods that you can do to understand what your hair type is. The first is, if you look at your hair like this, just spread it around a little bit, and if you look at your hair like this, and if you can see a lot of your scalp, it means that you either have thin hair or you have less dense hair. Okay, now as you can see here, you cannot see a lot of my scalp here. Even if I open up my hair, you cannot see a lot of my scalp. This tells me that I have a high density hair and or thick hair. The second thing, and again I think this is a very crude method, and that is to take all of your hair strands and to make a ponytail with it, and then you know the circumference now. So if the circumference of the hair strand is good, like there are measurements that you can see, but it's again very difficult to measure at home. If the density of a hair strands is less, then this is how the circumference will look. You see the circle becomes small. So this is how you can get an idea about the density of your hair. Now let's talk about thickness. Again, thickness is such a relative term, like thicker than what or thinner than what. So again, a very crude method to measure it is take a single hair strand, as you can see, a single hair strand, and just move your fingers around it, and then if you can feel that there's something between your fingers and you can feel it, you can play around with it without looking at it, then you have thick hair. If you take the hair strand in your hand and if you keep missing it, or if you don't feel it particularly in your fingers, then you have thinner hair. Now thin and thick hair is genetically determined. So if you have thin hair or if you have thick hair, then it's not good or it's not bad. Like you cannot change the thickness of your hair. Okay, so now the next is to know the health of your hair strand, if it's damaged or if it's healthy. Okay, the best way to know is to take a hair strand and simply just pull it very slightly. If you pull it and if you release and it goes back like a rubber band, it means that your hair strand has good elasticity. It means that it's quite healthy. If you're pulling your hair and then you don't see the snap back, then your hair might be damaged. And the next is, if you pull your hair, do not apply a lot of pressure, but if you pull your hair and your hair snaps, then you have brittle hair strand. Now after you have all of this information, now you know what your scalp and your hair type is, and according to the information we have, we can choose the hair care products for your particular hair type and your scalp type. So the hair care products and how to choose the hair care products, I'm going to do it in the other video because this video is getting really long and I've seen that you guys prefer to watch a video duration that is between 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, so what you guys can do is go on and tell me your hair type in the comment section below, like all the categories that I've spoken about, and then accordingly I can make a video on the hair care products. And that's it for today. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, then please don't forget to click the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And that's it. Until next time. Bye-bye.